A shout out to everybody that's in the chat box. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's one of those things where it's right before the draft when we got a lot of things that's on our mind to flex our thoughts out. We must stay focused. And I'm telling you right now, if you are in the National Football League, regardless of what team you play for, man, have a lady that's on your mind. And you know what I mean? And think about this thing long term. When you're in a relationship, it's not going to last long if you guys not committed to the commitment. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I'm not trying to be TMZ-ish. I'm not, because I don't hear all the information. It's just a lot of Twitter talk out there. I do know that a lot of people we're talking about David Irving of all people. And it's one of those things, guys, where it's physically, and I mean to tell you physically, that this thing must come to an end with all of the Cowboys off the season stuff. And it's just one of those things too as well. Shout out to those that's in the chat box, man. Salute to you too as well. Sneaky Fur, you one of the first ones that's in the box. Salute to you guys. I don't have much long, but I just want to be able to tell you guys, right over here on my shoulder, right over here. Where is it? Right over here. We need to focus on this draft because this is what can change the complexion of the team. Now, we still may have to go out there and draft a Vita Vea now, because we all know now, we understand the real reason, the real deal, Holyfield, why the Dallas Cowboys put a second round tender on him. And to me personally, now they should bump it back to a third round tender, because I don't think nobody in their rabbit mind is going to go with this guy. And it could be all false accusations, but we've been through this dog and pony show before. And we know what Roger Goodell, his whole goal, his whole initiative, his whole mindset is to see how he can poison the doubt of seeds in the Cowboys nation mind. But I'm telling you guys right now is that we need to really stay focused and get rid of all of this crap, this crazy stuff that's going on within the organization. It's just crazy to me. I really, look, we saw Jason Garrett curse, which is cool and which is understandable. It doesn't make him out to be 100% robot. And I understand that. But what I'm telling you right now, if there were Jimmy Johnson, and I hate to say going all the way back to the past, if there were Jimmy Johnson, he would have looked the David Irvings right in the face and he'd say, look, brother, you got to get your stuff together in so many tones. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to still keep it PG-13. Shout out to all the kids that watch my show. And mama, I love you because I know you watch my show too as well. But it's one of those things, guys, that we have to figure out something. We really have to figure out something. My stream is just all jacked up because I'm rendering another video, so I might be all choppy, but chop it up with me. That's okay. Just follow the flow with me, because I do know that I don't have much longer on this deal. Let me just tell you guys this all together. It's one of those things, man. My Cowboys family, shout out to you. Let me give a shout out to everybody that's in here while I'm at here. I know I may be choppy, but just chop with me, okay? Shout out to Cowboys X Factor, DJ. Shout out to you too as well, Mitch. And who else in the house? We only got about 2 or 3, but these are soldiers that's out here. I'm looking for troops, soldiers out here really putting it in to work with me, because you guys know how time is, right? I got to go really. But the thing is, we really still need to stay focused. With the draft, we need to be defensive minded. And when I'm saying defensive minded, they will craft and push up everything. She admitted it. What did she admit? Help me out, Booner, because I haven't really looked into any of the news. Because domestic violence, and one thing I would say to anybody, a man should never hit a woman. A man should never put his hands on no one. CXF, what we have here. All right. Let me close this thing out. This thing begging for attention. Let me close this thing out right now. Close this out. And let me close. It's closed now. See, yeah, closed now. Man, I hate Microsoft. This is the video that I'm posting. This is why it's just rendering, so you guys see what's live on the flash once it popped up. So with that being said, once this video is completed, this is Dez Bryant. I do know the Dez Bryant's apologists, the Dezbians don't want me to talk about Dez Bryant, but damn it, you're going to have to listen to what I have to say about Dez Bryant. It is what it is. He played 8 years or 9 years with the Dallas Cowboys, and hell, before he signed with another team, I'm going to get out my Dez Bryant's thoughts, my passion, my understanding of who Dez Bryant is. So if you don't like it, unsubscribe, go. Take your your mind with you, because this is all about mindset. I talk to anybody and I talk about elevating your mind first. You must craft your mind in order for you to become successful in life. And not saying that this guy is not successful, because anybody know that this guy is, my God, is successful. And he had his demons. His demons, pretty much so, from where he came up from. But Dez Bryant coming up from where he came from, when he was being scouted by college teams, he didn't have running water in his house. If we understood what his mom's situation was and his father not being in his life, he had to come through a lot, and I'm talking about a lot of stuff to make it to where he's at. But at the same time, I'm going to have to still dissect and go over these things, because it's not the fact that you didn't learn throughout your years of career playing football, but it's just one of the things that is coming out to light. Dez Bryant versus his passion. When does passion overflows into the field? I love his passion, but sometimes there have to be a strong-minded, and one can say that the Dallas Cowboys organization didn't put a strong enough coach to reel him in, but he's going to go into straight details of what his life was all about, growing up and living out there. But we're going to talk about that on another day. It's just one of those things. Hey, Don, shout out to you. Camo, shout out to you too as well. Trey, Jermaine, shout out to you. K-Do, shout out to you, my Cowboys family. Law, we will both be there at the draft. Hey, I can't wait to see you too as well, my Cowboys family. Reckless Anthony, shout out to you too as well. Hey, it's one of those things where we can put our mind together on this draft and put things together and make things happen out there. Remember, I told people there's 3 types of people in this world. And hey, Melvin, I don't really know what happened, and I'm going to tell you guys the 3 types of people that's in this world. But Melvin, I don't really know the details because I'm not TMZ-ish. I'm not going to go out and spit out things that I just don't know, that I didn't read with my eyes, with my little small eyes. But once I read up everything, I will go into details of what David Irving happened. But there's a saying out there, life, troubles just doesn't follow you everywhere, right? You have to some point stay committed to what your dream, your passion is. And also there's some level of accountability. Not everybody is lying on you. You see what I'm saying? If everybody is lying on you, then it will come to fruition that person is a liar. So somehow, some way, the truth is somewhere. Like they said, there's three parts of the story. There's his story, her story, and then somewhere the truth. So somehow, somewhere, this thing is going to come to fruition. Kimberly Campbell, hey, Ezekiel Elliott chick lied all day. And when she told the NFL, look, or she told Ezekiel Elliott, they not going to believe you anyway because you're a black man. And I'm going to say this right now, for those who don't understand being a black man in America, I got to work 3 times hard. And I know that everybody going to say, well, don't do that. Don't throw the black card into the mix. But as a black brother out there, you got to work 3 times as hard. You got to have everything together. Even when I get into my car, I got to have everything. I got to make sure that my license tag is working. I got to make sure that my driver license is not suspended. I got to make sure, damn it, that my insurance sticker is not suspended or old or what have you. Just me being a black man. And then when the officer pulled me over, I got to make sure that I don't take my seatbelt off because I'm sitting on the passenger, or even if I'm sitting on the passenger side or whether I'm driving, I got to make sure these things are in place by living in the United States of America because of my skin tone. It's not like the other majority skin tone out there, but nobody would never understand that. Just like, and I'm not going to get onto this Law Nation politic talk because a lot of people, it goes over their head. They just don't understand what it takes to be a brother in America. It's crazy out there. And then you go out there and make things happen out there by dating a chick that's lying on you, putting your name under the dust. You know, there's good and well. There's a lot of women out there that will lick your toes. You know what I mean? There's a lot of women that will serve you and treat you like the king that you are. You know, everybody out here are kings and queens. But at the same time, Sometimes these brothers fall in love with the Instagram models, and they fall in love with what their eyes can see and don't see beyond what's in the heart of women. You know what I mean? They don't see the intuitions. They don't see what the woman's main goal is. Look, sometimes, guys, sometimes you got to reevaluate and do an inventory. It's what I call a self-inventory of yourself. You know what I mean? You got to evaluate your goals, your mission, and say, okay, is this just a booty call? Or this is somebody I'm going to lay the rest of my life down with. You know, do she got my back? Is she with me because I got 15 million? Or is she with me because I got 15 cents? Or she's with me because I know how to make some Roman noodles. I know how to put the salt and the pepper and put the cheese in the Roman noodles and make that thing taste good. Is she still going to be with me if I cook her Roman noodles? Or she's going to be with me because I'm cooking her steak? You know what I mean? Or because I'm able to go out and buy steak. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I want to tell you guys. These are the truth. These are the facts out here. I can't make this stuff up. If you don't get out there and roll and ride and die with your people, and I'm not trying to talk about a racist thing or what have you. I'm talking about your people on the grind. You know what I mean? I don't care what color you are, but if you're willing to grind with me, if you're willing to stick up and be and have my back, then that's what counts in life. That's what counts. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? These players, they go out, they get a first piece of pocket chain. They go out there and find a Instagram model. They go out there and find a little stripper that's out there in the club and stuff like that. And they try to wifey those chicks up. But the lady that's out there, pay attention to the lady that work at Walmart sometime. Pay attention to the lady who busts her chops out there, maybe be an RN or a registered nurse. These some good women out here. Some real good women out here. I mean, half of the brothers locked up anyway. There's more women for you guys out here. You don't have to go chase and mess around with some chick who don't have no goal, no vision, no dream, no aspiration about herself, who barely passed out of high school. Come on now. But we get out here and we start putting some enlightenment, some knowledge on our brothers and our sisters, and even my other counterparts, my white brothers out here too as well. Hey, just because you make it in life, don't get no anchor to pull you down. Get somebody that can grow with you, can elevate you, put you on a high level. You know what I mean? You got to have somebody to push you. This might be the best thing that happened to David Irving. David Irving need a woman out there that can say, hey, you know what? Hey, baby, you were suspended for 4 games last year. Baby, you're going to make it even better this year because guess what? I'm going to make sure that at least when you come home, there's food. And I'm not trying to say that's the duty of a woman, but when you pain, I'm going to rub your back. You know what I mean? Somebody that's going to be down with you for the cause. You know what I mean? To help elevate you beyond your football career. Because we do know a lot of stuff out here goes beyond football. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, guys. But going back to the draft, what Jerry Jones need to do right now. Of course, loyalty is everything. These thoughts ain't loyal. Kimberly, lay off on them, Kim. I understand. Salute to you, Kim. Domino, shout out to you, man. Real talk. Hey, prenup. You got to sign the prenup. Hey, our skin is our sin. Hey, Simeon Christ, shout out to you, man. Hey, it is Simon and Christ. Hey, it is what it is. Voodoo, being Mexican / black ain't easy. Feel you, law. Yay, it is what it is, man. But not make it a black situation. David Irving, he decided to be with her. He decided to lay down with her, right? He decided to mess with her. And hey, when you break up, when somebody don't have no substance in them, hey, the squeaky wheel gets the wheel. You get the oil. You guys know how it goes. An empty wagon make a lot of noise. You know, I'm just talking what you guys, what I know. You know what I mean? But he'll overlook the RN, the registered nurse. He'll overlook the librarian, you know what I mean? But he go out here to Instagram. He want to date a chick out there, you know what I mean? Not saying that she's an Instagram thought, but that's just what it is. I said thought. I thought, really. All right. Race don't matter, but race don't matter. This is my guy from Justin White. Race don't matter. Don't be ignorant, y'all. Yeah, I'm not saying that race is everything. That don't matter. But what you want is what the heart. And just like everybody in this chat box, we bleed silver and blue. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn what color you are. You bleeding silver and blue right now. So the thing is, what we need to realize and recognize is that regardless of what skin tone somebody is, you want somebody to have your back at the end of the day. That's just the moral of the story is. Regardless of the situation, there's people out here that didn't make it in relationships, but they understood what happened in the end. They said, okay, with that, we broke up, but we still keep in touch with one another. We cool like the other side of the pillow because he got my back and I got hers. We just didn't see eye to eye the situations. And of course, sometimes, when there's infidelity and stuff like that, if somebody step out on a relationship, yeah, it can be hard breakups, but you shouldn't want to just sully or denigrate somebody just because of that. Hey, it is what it is. So, all right. So, paying attention to the draft. I'm trying to get back. See, I'm trying to anchor this story, twist it right back around to the draft. Because I love football, and that's another story of a different day as far as Law Nation's thoughts on romance and relationships and things like that. What I'm saying is, guys, we really, 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 really need to focus on defense, as we can see with the news being hit. When Roger Goodell's, when the police saying they doing investigations on a player, it just makes me cringe because it just don't have to have facts. It can be Humpty Dumpty fell off a wall and he can say, well, hell, Ezekiel Elliott pushed me. And then the NFL saying, okay, that's domestic violence against eggs, therefore you suspended. It don't have to be no factuals, no facts evidence. And we saw that all last year. And I don't want to go through that again. So, with that being said, if we go with Vita Vea, if we go with a D-Ron Payne, let's just make sure that we double check every box, make sure that these guys can play. At the end of the day, I want my players playing when it comes Sunday, when it comes Monday, Thursday, and some Saturday games whenever we do play Saturday. I want my guys out there. I need players that get out there, roll the sleeves up, and get out there and hit somebody. Not worrying, going back and forth of who made, this allegation, who made that allegation. It's time out for that. We done lived through that enough. It's time out. The way the NFL is so fickle now, the way the NFL got all of these, maybe we will charge this guy for domestic violence, maybe we don't. We don't need that. That was all done in the 90s where you can hit somebody and say, okay, come rush me again, I'll hit you again. You know what I mean? That or Michael Irving putting a scissor to the man's neck. You know what I mean? That could not happen in this modern day NFL, especially with Twitter involved and everything else. Law, you really going there about good women? And DJ, yeah, Ty Jefferson, man, ride or die, yeah. Especially when I'm talking about the Roman noodles, man. You got to have somebody with the Roman noodles who's willing to eat Roman noodles with you, or Top Chef steak, what have you, who can drink a Coke 45, some Seth Mock liquor with you, or who can drink the Dom P, you know what I'm saying? Or the C-Rock or Puff Diddy, whoever, that guy is, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So, with all that being said, Rashaan Evans at 19 or nothing. Oh, Byron. Oh, hey, Byron. That would be nice. Rashaan, like I said before, the only thing with Alabama kids, or the Alabama draft prospects, we do know that they've been coached pretty well, right? We do know that that they are pretty much technically sound. They very technical sound, because I think that Nick Saban runs pretty much an all-pro, pretty much NFL level program, right? We do know that their attrition is going to be great. Outside of like some loose things in their mind, and I always go back to the mind. With that being said, the only reservation that you can ever have with Alabama players is, have they already reached the max capacity of their career? Are there any rooms to growth? We look back at Landon Collins when he was coming out. Everybody was like, okay, he cannot really cover pretty well as far as range. He improved that, so we do see some growth. Like Julio Jones, we saw what he was when he played for Bama, and we saw that he improved on some things, right? As far as physical size, getting stronger, burst off the line, things like that, those small knickknacks, that we saw from Bama players improving. But my thing is, are we trying to develop a player, or do we really want to get this chip? And I'm saying that if you want to go get this chip, then you go out there and you get a Bama player that you know that you can just, with minimum coaching, to elevate that player. And that can happen. And not saying that Rashaan Evans has already hit his cap ceiling. You know, Poona Ford. I'm going to really look into Camo Cowboy. I'm really going to look at Poona Ford. Man, I heard a lot of this talk track between Poona Ford and things like that. Let me see. What else we have? Hope Legion. I pray that Dallas don't pick Van Der Esch. Me too. I'm on the same wavelength as you. I really, and I mean I really, I would like Van Der Esch at the second round pick, but I don't think that he would last that long. You know, I think that the NFL them crafted up a storyline enough to have him picked up a whole lot sooner than what we expected. Who else we have? Joshua Bryant. Shout out to you too as well. Leon Felton. Hey guys, pretty much so. Leave me your thoughts. Leave me your impression of who we should go with the first 3 picks, and also what you guys think of this David Irving stuff. You know, to me personally, I hope that the guy. I know this is pretty much fake, but I want to know what Roger Goodell is going to do. He's always pondering how he can get back at the Cowboys for some reason. Maybe, and just maybe by him, I guess, growing up probably hating the Cowboys, finally get his victory of stabbing us in every moment when we have a quote unquote smear on us. And then I do know the Cowboys haters going to say, they are an accident waiting to happen. Just watch it crash and burn. But neither here nor there. It is what it is. EQ Brown in the 3rd. It could be possible. And I do know that I heard some people saying that this draft is not as deep as it should be or supposed to be. Just wait on it, man. It might be just as deep as far as wide receiver. It may just be deeper than what we think. You know, Will Stonewall. Hey, Will Hernandez. Like I said, if Will Hernandez on the board and Vita Vea on the board, you take a quarter, you flip it, and then whoever heads, if it's heads and it's Vita Vea, and if it's tails, if it's, I don't know, man. It's one of those things that both of those guys, they draft tags got to be touching. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. All right, 5'11". He's only 5'11". Yeah, I'm really gonna have to look at Poona Ford tape, man. I hear a lot of good stuff with you guys with his, James or Evans. If James on the board, you go get James because he can play so many levels. He can play down in the linebacker. He can play both sides of the safety. In the box, he can play free safety. He can play strong. I mean, you can do so many. He's flexible in a sense, you know. I think Derwin James have a better or a higher ceiling than what a Rashaan Evans can do. But both of them guys gonna ball, and I won't be bad. I won't be mad if we get Van Der Esch and he go ball, you know. But just not with the 19th overall pick, you know what I mean. All right, so remember what I said yesterday. 82% of the times the Dallas Cowboys, when they are drafting, either they're going to trade up or draft up, move up or what have you, or either they're going to move back. So it's 82% of the time. So, or 80, it's an 82% chance, you know, of them doing that. So keep that into your mind. The draft is in the Dallas area, so we do know that Jerry Jones, the billionaire playmaker that he is with the money and marketing deals, he's going to try to do something. But pretty much, guys, that's all the time I have for today. I really thank you guys for yours. And remember, you guys are listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. Play some background music for you guys, man. Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna read all the highlights.